Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of the 3 Count. I'm War Machine MJ.
I'm Rodimus Prime.
We're here today to talk about, well, one of the worst crowds in Raw history.
Yeah.
And how they redeemed themselves on Smackdown.
Yeah, we're going to start off with Monday Night Raw, the night after Elimination Chamber. As they mentioned several times, we are on the road to WrestleMania, but as we like to say, it's playoff season.
And we started playoff season with The Game, Triple H, who came out there and said, "How about Elimination Chamber last night? All you people made me so proud. I thoroughly enjoyed Becky Lynch coming out there and beating the hell out of Charlotte and Ronda with crutches. I loved it, but if she does it again, it's a criminal offense because she's suspended, but it's pretty freaking cool."
Yeah, they announced during the show that if Becky Lynch ever comes on the premises wherever they are, if she shows up again, she's going to be charged with trespassing,
assault and battery,
menacing, and something else.
I think it's I forget what else. Anyway, but we have an NXT invasion. We're gonna have 4 NXT guys come out and wrestle for you. First off, we've got the guy that redefined aerial combat, Ricochet. Then they play a bad highlight reel with Michael Cole talking over it.
Yeah, he pretty much did that for every one of them, and the crowd really didn't care. It's like going to that golf game and just everybody's just like what's wrong with y'all people? Y'all were in Houston Sunday, now y'all in. Bro, what's wrong with y'all people?
You know, what killed me was Michael Cole's description of Aleister Black. He called him moody. That man is not moody.
He said that when he had his match.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
When did this man ever become moody?
He's not moody. He is, he's brooding, yes, but not moody.
I didn't know he had mood swings.
He doesn't have mood swings.
The fuck? Anyway, he also announced that D-Generation X is going to be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. It was first reported by ESPN. Triple H, Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, Billy Gunn, X-Pac, and the late great Chyna.
The 9th wonder of the world.
Thank you. The 9th wonder of the world, the late great Chyna. All 6 members of the group will be inducted. Now, we talked about this off camera. Chyna should get her own induction. I've seen many people on social media say that. I've seen many people ask, what about Rick Rude? He was a part of DX for a short while.
But he wasn't there compared to the other 6 men the other 6 members they listed.
Yeah.
Because once the whole, Rick Rude's on WWE, WCW night happened, that was it. He was gone.
And if you think about it, he had a longer run in the NWO than he did DX.
He did.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the, you can say he's one of the founding members of DX. But when he went to WCW, he had a longer stretch. Not that much of a stretch in the NWO than he did DX.
Because DX came too late for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was already Dean Ambrose by the time DX came out.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he also announced we're going to have a tables match between Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin right now.
Yeah, and he said that the tables were on the stage for a reason. And as he mentioned, this was a tables match.
This is another match of who gives a fuck.
Why didn't they put Corbin versus Strowman on the pre-show of Elimination Chamber?
Why didn't they have it start the damn Chamber pay-per-view?
Good question.
Because even on the pay-per-view, I didn't give a shit.
I think many people, including us, are tired of this rivalry here. Because how many times are we going to see these guys have a match? Baron Corbin cost this guy the Universal Championship at Crown Clusterfuck in Saudi Arabia.
Then he broke his arm.
Yeah. And then what else happened?
He chased Baron Corbin and ripped the door off of Vince's limo, and it cost him $10,000 and another shot at the undisputed title. The
Universal.
Universal.
Well, he flipped the limo over also.
Oh no, that was before. That was after he.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, why? Who gives a fuck about Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin? Seriously, I'm like Steve from Going in Raw. Who cares?
I mean, don't worry, we'll wait, because we don't care.
We don't care.
If mainstream was here, he'd tell you he don't care.
Yeah.
None of us care. Get this shit. Don't do this shit anymore. Okay.
I take shit more interesting than this narrative.
Hell, I took 2 of them today. More interesting than this shit.
Anyway, but Braun Strowman won. He power slammed Baron Corbin through a table. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Wet, yay.
Anyway, as Braun Strowman was getting up the ramp, there's Paul Heyman. And Strowman just kind of stares him down and then just grabs him by the neck.
Yeah.
Or by the shoulder, you know, trying to do the Vulcan nerve pinch. And yeah, he finally lets go, and Heyman has to collect himself prior to the commercial break.
Yeah, because he tried to do his usual entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Paul Heyman, blah, blah, blah. He couldn't get it out, so he went to commercial. He's in the ring. He's talking about how Brock Lesnar, his client, is going to beat Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 35 in just a few weeks. They showed a Brock Lesnar video package. They showed this
Brockumentary.
That's a good one. Brockumentary. That was a good one.
I can't take credit from that. I heard it on Going in Raw.
I mean, they showed this, what, twice?
No, they showed the first half of it here, and then towards the end of the show, they showed the second half.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because they showed from his collegiate days all the way to leaving for the UFC, which we all know is bullshit.
Yeah. Excuse me. The video package, or the Brockumentary.
Brockumentary, there you go.
It was alright.
Then later on the night they showed him leaving the UFC for WWE.
Yeah. Basically, his career was dwindling in the UFC, so he had no choice.
Yeah, I like how they failed to mention that he left the WWE the first time around because he wanted to play football.
Yeah, he was on the Minnesota Vikings practice squad and never made the team. Then he went to the UFC. I just found that astonishing. Like, how the fuck you gonna skip over that? And, he just went straight to the UFC.
And the reasoning why he left UFC for WWE is because WWE had fresh meat on the table.
Right.
When, truth be told, he left the UFC because his stomach was fucked up.
Yeah, and one of those fights that he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Anyway, Finn Balor came out there.
Yeah, like the segments just kind of bumped into each other.
Yeah, basically he talked about how it's been a while since he's held championship gold. He won the Intercontinental Championship at Elimination Chamber, his very first Intercontinental Championship. And you know what? I'll take this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're going to put the Universal title on him anytime soon, so why not?
Yeah, because we all know how the plan's going to go. It's going to go Rollins, then it's going to go McIntyre. Then sometime down the line, it'll be Balor again.
Yeah. Leo Rush come out there. And he just looks so disgusted. He looks like he lost his best friend. He says, "You don't deserve to be Intercontinental Champion."
Booty Lashley deserves to be Intercontinental Champion.
And Booty Lashley attacks Finn Balor, and they're beating him down. Who comes out?
One and only.
Ricochet. So then they have a tag team match.
To interrupt you, which wound up being one of the most criminal acts to happen during this match of all time. The crowd was dead silent for Ricochet.
That was criminal.
You don't go dead silent for Ricochet. That man is too impressive, too athletic to be just greeted with crickets.
I mean, besides the whole show, even the Raw talent got crickets, but it was just like, it's Ricochet. How can you be quiet for Ricochet?
I mean, The Rock may be one of the most electrifying superstars, but Ricochet is the most electrifying superstar. This man could do crazy shit that is disgusting by normal human measures.
I mean, it should be a crime that this guy does some amazing shit. It should be a crime that... It should just be a crime of how amazing he is.
Yeah, like we've said on the show, he is disgustingly good.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, it was a good match. Finn Balor and Ricochet ended up winning, and the crowd basically didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So then we move on to a backstage segment involving Drew McIntyre and Triple H.
I love this.
Wait, who was Triple H talking to before that? Wasn't it Sasha?
I believe so. He was talking to somebody. I forget who it was.
Yeah, I believe it was Sasha, and then Drew McIntyre just...
No. I think he was talking to Natalia.
That might have been it.
Because I remember he was talking to a blonde. That's all I remember.
Might have been... Yeah, it was Natalia.
Yeah.
So, Drew McIntyre comes up behind him. Okay, give us a minute.
Give us a minute. What you want, chosen one?
He says that he needs to prove himself, and he needs to main event WrestleMania. He says, Triple H, let me have Seth Rollins. In walks Dean Ambrose.
Now it just says, oh, you want a match? Gives him the most, well, not so much Walter style, but one of the most media slaps I've heard.
Yeah, and Triple H is like...
You want me to change that match? Change the damn match!
And yeah, Triple H is just like, well, damn.
It's like, you were saying?
Yeah, like, what'd you say again? Oh.
I find it funny when people get slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Not when I get slapped in the face, because it hurts me emotionally.
Yeah. We went to commercial. We came back from commercial break. We had a Lucha House Party versus Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. Like, I really gave a fuck about this match.
Didn't somebody come out and cut a promo during Lucha House Party?
I can't remember.
Because I couldn't give a crap less about this match. I just remember somebody came out talking while Lucha House Party while their music was playing.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh well.
Anyway, Lucha House Party won. Then we had the Revival. Say yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you actually want to say yeah?
I actually want to say yeah.
Until they lose those titles again.
Yeah, until they get booked like shit again. Do we need to relive Raw 25 from last year?
Ugh.
Anyway,
do we need to relive the Lucha House Party weeks?
No. Do we need to relive all of 2018 involving the Revival and Lucha House Party?
No. You know what we need to revisit with the Revival?
What?
Their NXT run.
Yes, because they took on DIY, the North American champion, Johnny Badass, Johnny Wrestling, and the NXT champion, Tommaso Ciampa.
This was a good match, even though the crowd was dead fucking silent.
It was pitiful. I just sat there and watched this whole show like, what the fuck, bro?
I mean, these two teams put on an instant classic at, I think it was TakeOver Canada.
Yeah, because one of those matches where they had AOP.
Yeah, I was thinking that their 2 out of 3 falls match.
Oh yeah, that was a classic.
That was match of the year for that year.
Yeah. Anyway, DIY ended up winning.
Yeah, they won with Meet Me in the Middle.
Yeah. Next we had Dean Ambrose taking on Drew McIntyre.
Squish.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre won with 2 Claymore kicks.
Yeah. Then after the commercial break, Seth Rollins is getting interviewed about Paul Heyman's comments, blah, blah, blah. Dean Ambrose staggers on scene, looks at Seth Rollins and goes, "Where were you out there?"
Yeah, and Seth's looking at him like, what the fuck? Have you lost your mind?
And he walks off. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was weird, but hey.
Well, here's the redeeming part of it. We're in checked out Dean Ambrose mode.
Facts.
He is so far gone, he couldn't care less.
Yeah.
That's why he got jobbed out to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. Then we had Elias. Walk with Elias. I don't think the crowd even wanted to run with Elias with the way they were the whole night. He took on, as Michael Cole called him, the moody Aleister Black.
Saying he was a champion for all the 9-to-5ers, all the blue-collar workers.
Who writes this shit? That's what I would hate about being a commentator. Having people in my ear tell me shit that don't have nothing to do with the person that's in the ring.
Okay, I don't directly blame Michael Cole for this one.
I mean, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying the people that...
Yeah, Vince
or Kevin Dunn or whoever is in the production truck. Or Gorilla.
Yeah, because...
hey, say this. Hey, say that. Call him this. Call him that.
Because on their Raw recap, Going in Raw, Steve said, if it was Corey Graves, it would have been amazing, it would have been fantastic, it would have been this, that, the other, same with Michael Cole.
Yeah.
And I felt like that's, I felt like that's what happened, and then Vince said, "Oh, here, say this about him. He's moody. He's a blue-collar worker."
And also I would hate to sit in those meetings before the show where where they give him scripts like, "Hey, make sure you call him this and call him that." Like, that has nothing to do with the character or the person in the ring.
Yeah.
When did Aleister Black have mood swings? Can somebody answer that in the comment section? Because he's not moody. What the hell?
He's only got 2 moods. He's either got can't be bothered by anything, and then total shit flipped. That's it.
Yeah. And when he's total shit flipped, he's going to tell you, you're going to fade to black, and he's going to kick you in the face. Like he did Elias.
And, well, yeah, Elias. But,
yeah,
it's just, I mean, wow. Raw, on paper, Raw was a decent show.
Yeah.
But the NXT calls were just ruined. Because you had a crowd that didn't give a shit. And then you had, Cole, vicarious by Vince, underselling the shit out of DIY, Ricochet, and, of course, Aleister Black.
I mean, we talked about how bad Corpus Christi was. I think that was the one where Alexa Bliss did Bailey, This Is Your Life.
Oh, God.
And the crowd was so quiet, you could hear the air conditioner go off.
I don't blame the crowd for that.
I mean,
that
we don't need to relive that.
That promo was just fucking awful.
The whole show was bad.
I don't remember the whole show other than This Is Your Life.
Now that was terrible.
Like that's how bad This Is Your Life was. That's all I can remember from that show.
Yeah, and the crowd was just this quiet. Moving on. Anyway. The main event was the Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey in a rematch defending against Ruby Riott in a better match than Elimination Chamber.
Because it was longer.
Yes.
Not to mention, Ruby Riott had a great showing.
She did. And she deserves better, damn it.
Yeah.
She and the Riott Squad deserve better. You may not like her. You may, however you feel about her and her group. But Ruby Riott deserves better than this, bro.
Like, I love the Riott Squad, but I hate how they're booked.
Facts.
You know what? Ship them back to SmackDown. Have Ruby Riott go after Asuka.
Yes. We'll talk more about Asuka on the SmackDown section, but that is Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember what else happened at the end of the show. Or did we close out with Ronda?
They closed out with Ronda.
Okay, alright. So, yeah.
Let's see. They did talk about DX again.
Oh. Next Monday, it's going to be the 80th birthday celebration of Woo!
No, it's 70.
70?
Yeah.
70.
Looks like he's been 70 forever.
I was about to say, he's 70, but he looks 80.
What's more than 80, but I get your point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, we're getting Ric Flair's birthday celebration. What would have made it better is if they were in Charlotte.
Yeah, but they're going to be in Atlanta.
I think he lives in Atlanta. That's the only reason.
Yeah, he might. I don't know. Anyway, they're going to be in Atlanta. Hopefully a better crowd than this shit right here. Now, this is not on the talent. This is the crowd because it's just like they were just like sitting on they were like this, sitting on their hands like.
I mean, again, to go back to going in Raw, Larson said, WWE cranked out a post-Mania Raw.
Yeah.
And the crowd didn't care.
I hope that's not like that. The Mania after the Raw after Mania.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Come April,
they're going to be in.
They're going to be at the Barclays.
That's in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I can't remember. I just know it's
because I know
that
the Takeover show is going to be in Barclays. Then of course MetLife.
Yeah.
Wait, Takeover, Hall of Fame in Barclays, WrestleMania, MetLife, and probably Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, they're going to be at the MetLife. Yeah, MetLife. Yeah.
Yeah, MetLife.
Wherever Mania is, that's where they're going to be for Raw, SmackDown, and it's going to be bangbusters.
Yeah. But anyway, we move on to SmackDown. Let's talk some SmackDown.
Or should we say KOFIMANIA?
KOFIMANIA is running wild, brother. Yeah.
It's a new mania. Yes, it is.
Yeah, brother. Anyway, we started off the show with Shane and The Miz. They secured another rematch for the Tag Team Championships at Fastlane.
I'm trying to remember what else was the brunt of Shane's promo. Because he was saying something before The Miz got out there. I'm trying to remember what it was.
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I did see where the Usos came out, and they were like basically dressing down the Miz, saying he's a failure, he's a fraud, he's this, he's that.
Yeah, they kept hitting him with F words.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the other thing. He said, Shane said it's going to be another NXT invasion. This time it was a lot better. The crowd redeemed themselves.
Where were they for SmackDown?
I don't know.
Oh, usually it says, but it doesn't say here.
Yeah, because we started all... Wait, what do you mean where was they? Like...
What city were they
Oh,
in?
they were still in Lafayette.
Okay.
Anyway, I thought you meant where were they at, like... Emotion.
No, I was asking what city were they in?
Yeah, they were still in Lafayette.
Okay,
Anyway,
okay.
We started the action off with Aleister Black taking on Andrade.
Now, if you remember in their NXT days, these two definitely had one hell of a feud, one hell of a match last year where Aleister Black defeated Andrade to become the NXT champion.
Yeah.
And it was weird because his wife is managing his opponent.
I thought that was a bit
That
weird.
was a bit awkward. Like,
But,
I missed the show, but it's just like, you're facing this guy, but your wife is his manager.
But a credit to Zelina Vega, she did not break character.
Yeah, good job. But I'm pretty sure.
Oh, wait, I did it wrong. Gotta do it like Ciampa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, except for I can't pat myself on the back of that one. Anyway, I love it when he does that. It's great.
Yeah, he did that on Monday Night Raw when they went to commercial.
Yeah, he's just...
Yeah, he was just like, yeah.
Ciampa's great.
Fucking awesome.
Anyway, yeah, Aleister Black defeated Almas. Yeah, this was great.
Yeah. Then
Speaking of Ciampa,
yeah, he and
Johnny North American
I almost forgot his name.
took on The Bar. And they had a really good back and forth go into commercial because, yeah, The Bar was clowning DIY. And Johnny just looked at him. It's like, well, you know what? You guys may be The Bar, but we come from NXT where we don't just set the bar, we break the bar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was a lot better than their promo from Monday night, which we forgot about.
I don't want to talk about it.
Too late, let's talk about it.
Oh, God.
Because, yeah, for some reason, Rude and Gable were clowning DIY, even though DIY are champions.
Yeah.
And then, top guys coming through.
I felt like that was so staged.
Yeah.
Because they were gonna have their match right then and there. Okay, you got Ciampa and Gargano talking. Then Rude and Gable looking all nice and spiffy. They're talking shit. And then it's just like, okay, Revival just come out of nowhere. And they're right in front of the team's locker room. How staged was that shit?
Too staged.
That was too fucking staged. I'm like, really? Bruh, that was so staged. That was like spur of the moment.
What killed it even more for me was, you know, you had the Revival also talking shit to DIY.
Yeah.
But, you know, you had Ciampa just kind of smiling and grinning, kind of like, yeah, what else you got?
Yeah.
He's not supposed to smile and grin. He's supposed to just be like, you know, respect the champs, boy. You know, kind of deal.
That shit was just...
I mean, he even belt out the kind of respect the champ, boy, to Bar.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, he called Cesaro and Sheamus boy.
It's crazy.
Anyway, but back to DIY versus Bar. This was a pretty good match with a rough-looking bump.
Yeah, I missed the match, but explain the bump.
Yeah, Ciampa, yeah, Sheamus was going to go for a superplex on Ciampa off the top rope. Ciampa floats over, goes for a sunset powerbomb, and all of Sheamus comes crashing down on Ciampa's right knee.
And that's the one with the brace on it.
No, that was the one without the brace.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, both men are not hurt, and DIY picked up the win.
Yeah.
This was a really good match.
Really.
And the crowd was into it.
Yeah. We move on to Asuka. You remember Asuka? You know the lady who won the
Yeah, I remember her. She
won that match at TLC and then she defended the championship at the Royal Rumble.
You know, I started to forget her.
Yeah.
I started forgetting her name the other day.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, who's SmackDown Women's Champion?
Yeah.
Oh, Asuka, right.
Just like, who's the SmackDown Who's the U.S. champion? Oh, wait, R-Truth.
Wait, they have that belt?
Yeah.
Shit.
Jeez.
I thought that was a myth, too.
I know. But anyway, she came out for... Oh, go ahead.
You know, while we're on the subject of title belts, it's really kind of 1A, 1B. Because on Raw, it feels like the Intercontinental Championship is the most important championship.
Facts.
You know, followed by the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah.
SmackDown, it's like...
And the tag team titles.
Tag team titles...
It depends on when they're used.
Right now, comparatively speaking... Wait, the women's tag titles or the men's?
No, the men's.
Oh, that's like... Okay, you got the Intercontinental title.
It's like...
Raw Women's title. Tag title.
Yeah. And then it's like SmackDown, you have WWE title.
Women's
title. Tag titles.
U.S. title.
U.S. title.
I mean...
Wait, I would put WWE tag titles.
No. Well, okay, yeah, tag titles.
Women's title, then U.S. title.
Yeah, because...
it'd be like the other two titles would be here. The last two titles would be way at the bottom tier.
I wouldn't say the women's title, because the women's title was hot while Becky had it.
Yeah, but again, when was the last time we've seen Asuka?
So I'd say it just dips slightly below the tag titles.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got on one brand, you've got secondary belt and the women's title carrying the brand. Meanwhile, on the other side of the pond, you got the tag titles and the women's titles carrying.
Yeah. But anyway, she came out there, cut a promo. She got interrupted by Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
And it seems like Corey Graves gets a hard on every time Mandy Rose comes out.
You'd think he'd be cheating with Mandy Rose. I'm sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and say it right there.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows about it. We're just going to go ahead and talk about it.
Well, not too in-depth, but
yeah,
it's just...
well, I did read, not that it has anything to do with this review. He and his wife have been separated for some months now.
Yeah, because she deleted her Instagram, like, a day or two later after she posted all that shit, so...
Oh, well.
I don't know, maybe she's got hurt feelings.
Well, last I heard, the divorce is going to be finalized soon. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, Mandy Rose basically said, I want a piece of you. You know, you're only out here for attention because everybody's forgotten about you. Which, ironically enough, that's the whole reason why Mandy Rose was starting beef with Naomi, because she was forgotten.
I wouldn't say she was forgotten.
Let's just say forgotten. We're not going to bring up Tough Enough. Yeah. Well, okay, not forgotten, but nobody was paying attention to Mandy Rose.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so they have a match, and mid-match, Lacey Evans comes out, does her little turn on the catwalk.
Why?
We forgot to mention she did that on Raw, too.
Why? Okay, I gotta mention this. Hold on, I gotta shut the door.
Yeah, shut the door.
I gotta mention this. I've seen clips of this shit, and I think I saw this at Elimination Chamber.
It was at Elimination Chamber.
Why? Why are they doing this? What is the point?
You know what? What is the point of the last batch of call-ups? Because it's like you were saying off air. Lacey Evans, what'd she do? Her little turn on the catwalk.
Ugh.
Heavy Machinery, what are they doing? Acting goofy. EC3, what is he doing? If he's not losing to Dean Ambrose, in a losing rivalry, he's just...
Listen, like Solid Monster said on the sound off, this is the worst batch of NXT call-ups. And like I said off air, EC3, he's like that new car that just left the lot.
That's all he's doing is posing. No lines.
He's basically lost value. Nikki Cross.
Lost in the shuffle.
She's just everywhere.
Have you seen her lately?
No.
Exactly.
Wasn't she on SmackDown watching TV?
No, she's watching Elimination Chamber.
On a small TV.
On a phone.
Heavy Machinery.
Acting goofy.
They're just there, acting goofy. Lacey Evans, again.
Doing a little turn on the catwalk.
This ain't the Victoria's Secret's fashion show. This ain't Fashion Week in New York, okay? Enough with this shit. We get she's pretty, all that shit. That's fine. But
Lars Sullivan dealing with mental issues. That I can...
Okay,
I give a pass.
We can give him a pass for that, but I've seen people say he's blown it. I'm not going to go that far.
I mean, whatever. Apparently, the plan for him was he was going to beat Cena at Mania.
Jesus Christ.
But I'm pretty sure whatever big plans they have, they're just going to pass on him.
And then going back to Lacey Evans, the big rumor is that she's going to face Asuka at WrestleMania. If not her, then Mandy Rose.
You know, like I said off air when you brought up this is the worst batch of call-ups, it's not on the talent this time. Because when they brought up Apollo Crews, Nia Jax, they were playing as vanilla. There was no character development. They were just, hey, look at this person. Look at all the weird stuff they can do.
Yeah. They did the same thing with Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke, yeah. Because she was jacked.
Who else they do that with that they just brought up for no reason?
No way, Jose.
We're not going to talk about him.
No way. Yeah, we're not going to talk about no way. But yeah, because everybody here is charismatic enough, well, with the exception of Tucker 9, is charismatic enough to carry themselves.
Yes.
And in ring, they are talented beyond, belief.
And like I said...
Well, except for EC3.
I mean, like I said, they should have waited till the night after WrestleMania. Because it's just like they got them all over the place. I get they're trying to find their positions of where they need to be. I get all that. But you're just sticking shit at the wall to see if it's going to stick. And damn it, it ain't working. The fuck? Anyway, Mandy Rose beat Asuka.
Yeah, beat Asuka with some chicanery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really sad to see how they've just booked Asuka. They really have no plans for her.
What's even sadder is how they booked this next fellow. Is Eric Young took on the one and only Ricochet.
Who?
I think he leads that group. I think they're called Sanitary.
Who? Sanitary?
I just came up with that off the cuff.
You know what? For all the people that don't get utilized, we need to start having a counter of how many times they're on TV. Eric Young, when's the last time we've seen Eric Young?
Oh, are you kidding me? We're not going to have a counter because we'd lose track easy.
Yeah, you're right.
Because next time we'll see Eric Young is his last match before he requests his leave. Speaking of requesting leave, apparently the Perfect 10 guy just asked for his release.
On his birthday.
On his birthday.
And he's engaged.
To a Perfect 10.
Yeah, beyond the Perfect 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
It's just... Now we're just in who's leaving the WWE watch.
Yeah. Now I see rumors of, he could go to Ring of Honor, AEW. Of course, AEW's got to be in the conversation.
AEW's in the conversation with everybody, whether they want to go to or not. I think Cody Rhodes talked about Ty Dillinger coming to AEW.
What do you say?
I can't remember. I just saw the article. If he's talking about him, that means there's something in play or AEW wants him.
Yeah. Or again, there are other alternatives.
You know, at this point, anything is better than,
Yeah. Because he even put it on his Instagram. He says he wants to be a performer. He wants to, show his craft to the world.
Yeah, I mean, he could go to AEW, Ring of Honor, maybe New Japan. He could even go to a dinky little local armory for all I care. As long as he, gets paid to do what he does best.
Yeah. Impact, MLW, so on and so forth.
Hell, Impact would use him a whole hell of a lot better.
Hell, true. True. I mean, look what they're doing with Rich Swann. He's their X Division champion. He's killing it, even though he looks goofy. Yeah. He's still rocking the bald with dreads, isn't he? No, he's growing his hair back. Oh, okay. He's in a killer feud right now with Sam Callahan. Yeah, I wish I could watch. Yeah. Anyway. And apparently he's going heel in MLW. Oh. Yeah, I'll talk about that off camera. Anyway, Ricochet defeated Eric Young. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, and the main event was Kofi Kingston, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy taking on the new Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and Randy Orton. Now, prior to this match, they had two backstage segments where both teams were
trying to make peace, considering all 6 men tried to kill each other at Elimination Chamber.
Yes.
Now, the weird part was they had a promo for the 3 heels.
Mm-hmm.
But Tom Phillips talked the fuck over it while they were talking. So the only thing I got was Samoa Joe looking at him saying, "We don't have any problems, do we?" Now,
you know what? Not to cut you off, but that's another thing. For example, at Elimination Chamber, during the Cruiserweight match, they tried to interview Kofi Kingston during the match. How disrespectful.
They do that a lot now.
That's just stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, but the face promo I found was entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles. You know, they're just like, "Are we good? Let's just work together, and then we'll go our separate ways."
Yep.
Then you had the New Day come in carrying Kofi, who is carrying pancakes on an olive branch.
Wow.
And then he tells him, it's like, "Listen, people give the olive branch, to show that, they've put the past behind them. I've given you a pancake branch. Go on, take a pancake."
Fucking New Day.
Love New Day. They're so good. Kofi needs that fucking title.
Yes, he does.
Give that brother a title. Give a brother a title.
Yes.
Hell, give R-Truth a title. All right.
Wait,
the WWE title.
I was just going to say, he already has one, but it's not shown on TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kofi Kingston and his team won. And I did see the clip where it was Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton in the ring, and they kind of played what Orton said to him a few years ago.
Yeah.
Where he called him stupid. Stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically getting his revenge, which is nice.
Yeah, Orton also spiked him through a table.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, yeah. But, once again, Kofi Kingston pinned Daniel Bryan to the mat, 1, 2, 3. Prior to the match, Daniel Bryan said he's not going to defend the title against any of those 5 men at Fastlane. And at the very end of the show, Shane comes out there, he's like, "Daniel, you're going to defend your belt at Fastlane. It's going to be against Kofi Kingston."
And the crowd went absolutely apeshit. And it's well-deserved. I prefer WrestleMania, but whatever. Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan, at Fastlane in just a couple weeks.
March 10th.
March 10th.
Yes.
Yeah, so they got from now to March 10th.
Now, you talked about this on paper preview for Elimination Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about how he should have gotten the belt this month, because it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, it looks like a Just Cause title. Like, here's your title run, just cause it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
And it would be a free publicity stunt for WWE. Oh, look, we just named our first Black WWE champion.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of glad they didn't do it, so now it means something when he wins it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really shitty of them to do that just because it's Black History Month and just because he's one of their top African American performers. So I'm kind of glad he didn't win, but like I said, I mean, I prefer they face off at WrestleMania, but then again, this could really, I'm pretty confident this is going to steal the show.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to steal the show.
With how good Kofi's performance was at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And all the work he's been doing the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Don't forget about it.
I mean, like we even said on paper preview last week, Kofi Kingston is really one of the true underrated workhorses of the WWE. You've never heard anything crazy about him. He doesn't get in trouble. He does what he does in the ring. You've never heard about him getting arrested or suspended for a wellness violation or whatever the case may be. Kofi Kingston has really stayed on the up and up, and he deserves it, man.
Oh, definitely.
So,
but that's all we're going to say on that. Didn't they announce something for Smackdown next week?
oh no, I can't remember.
Shit. I hate when my brain fails on me like that.
That's why I like to write it down when they write some. When they announce something for next week, I like to write it down. Because
Yeah.
I'll forget too.
True point.
But I don't know.
Anyway, but yeah, that's Raw and SmackDown. Where was SCU during Raw? We could have used them.
Yeah. We definitely should have used SCU.
Definitely.
Because that was the worst crowd we had ever seen.
Like, I know we give, like, beach ball crowds flack, but come on, that was awful.
That was just pitiful.
That was criminal.
Yeah. I mean, the crowd in Houston, they were really live for Elimination Chamber.
And I mean, it makes no sense because all four of those NXT guys tore it up at TakeOver Nolans.
Yes.
I mean, I get that it's different towns, yes, but it's the same state. And maybe the crowd was dead because, you know, they were last minute. It was a last minute deal.
I don't know.
Because I know there are reports saying that Raw viewership increased because of those four big names.
Really?
Yes.
That's good. I think last week's kind of took a dip, but not bad. But, you know, it's good that viewership went up.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, next week on Monday Night Raw, they are going to celebrate Ric Flair's 70th birthday. They're going to be in Atlanta, so you know the crowd in Atlanta, that ATL crowd is going to be fire.
And $5 says Charlotte's going to be on Raw and SmackDown next week.
$10 says Becky Lynch will show up and cause damage. She'll probably fuck some shit up.
She'll probably get arrested.
Yeah. Speaking of Becky, Stone Cold was asked about the comparisons with him and Becky.
Yeah.
He said he actually likes it.
I mean,
He said it definitely reminds him of him.
I mean, she's killing it.
She is. Because a lot of people say, oh, you need to stop comparing Becky to Stone Cold. If Stone Cold likes it, then damn it, we like it.
You know what they need to do to make the comparison perfect?
What?
Becky needs to beat the hell out of Vince McMahon.
Yes. I feel like she's going to do something to Flair on Monday.
Wait, which one?
Becky.
No, which Flair?
Rick. I feel like she's gonna fuck some shit up.
You know what?
I got a gut feeling.
You know what? After that triple threat at WrestleMania, he kind of has it coming.
Yeah, I had that gut feeling because they've been promoting this in Atlanta for like the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I said to myself, I got a gut feeling Becky's gonna show up unexpectedly. She's gonna fuck somebody up and she's gonna fuck some shit up.
And you know what they say? To be the man, you gotta beat down the man.
Woo!
Oh, I love my future ex-wife.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that is the 3 count for Raw and SmackDown this week with a god-awful crowd and how they redeemed themselves.
Boy.
But as for us, why don't you do us a favor and subscribe to that goddamn motherfucking button right there, that big red button. Subscribe to our channel so you can stay tuned to all of our episodes of the 3 count, paper preview, paper review, and whatever we decide to churn back out.
Yes. Also, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at 3 Count Mafia.
And if you hate his ugly face but love his opinions, he has a podcast.
Yes. Prime Talk with Rodimus Prime. On the Castbox app. Please check it out. Leave a comment, subscribe, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell the whole world.
We've got paper review of Elimination Chamber, and it was a really good show.
It was.
Despite expectations.
Yes. We have paper pre and review of Fastlane coming up next month. Well, in a few weeks, rather.
Yeah. Remember, it's March 10th.
Yeah, March 10th.
We've still got to... We've watched it and we still got to record, but we finally watched the first ever WCW World War III.
Oh boy. I have notes at the house.
Boy.
God. I'm so glad WWE doesn't do shit like this. Because there would not even be enough room for attendance, really.
There wouldn't.
Jesus Christ.
Unless they could do like what they did on Raw 1000. No, Raw 1000. Raw 25. Had two separate shows.
That crowd at the where were they?
They were at
They were at Barclays and the old building where they used to run Raw. That crowd.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it. That crowd.
I want to say the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh hell no, no, they were in New York. Hammerstein's.
It's in New York.
Okay, but it wasn't the same building.
Yeah. Anyway, that crowd in that building was pissed.
Oh,
because I heard that they paid a lot of money for those tickets, but they watched the show on TV.
yeah,
And they had one match.
yeah, and they just had a whole bunch of other segments, including the burial of the Revival at the hands of DX, the Click, and Balor Club.
Yep. I'd be pretty pissed too if I had paid a lot of money just to see a show and I only had like one match and the Undertaker came out there and did a promo.
And that wasn't even that good of a match. Oh.
What match was it again?
Bray Wyatt and Woken Matt Hardy. That wasn't even that good.
It was just like Raw 25, Barclays, Raw 25 in the other building. This much. Again, a lot of people were pissed. So, yeah.
It was a horrible execution.
A horrible show.
Anyway, but, yeah. Vintage review of WCW World War III.
Yeah.
A god-awful pay-per-view.
Yes.
Good
thing they only had 4 of them.
Yeah. The good thing was it should have shot itself in the face as soon as the first one was done.
I was just going to say, they should have just kept it at 1, because that was fucking terrible.
Oh, that was...
The stage, the way the rings were set up, the seating, the ring announcer having to announce all those names at one time as they're coming out, just zooming out of the curtain.
Yeah.
And
Although I will say the one enjoyable thing about it was all the promos that sounded like everybody was on some kind of drug.
Golly.
Or Hulk Hogan without his mustache looking like a fucking Hanna-Barbera character.
Or Lex Luger reading his promo off of cards. I mean, he was just looking down, like sounding so robotic.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was talking like this. Let me tell you something, Mean Gene.
Oh my god.
Oh, Mean Gene had the worst job of it all because they had to just keep fixing his hand.
It's like every time he interviewed him, he kept lowering the mic. Put it up here. No, put it up here. God.
He played tug of war with his arm.
This whole show was bad. I can't wait. God. Also, we have the 10.
The 10.
Top 10. I have a top 10 list. Top 10 teams who need to make a splash in the NFL draft coming up in April. The Combine is just in a few weeks. So some of your favorite teams might be on this list. I know 2 teams in particular. Spoiler alert, the Giants and the Raiders.
Yep.
It's a lot of talk as far as quarterbacks when it comes to the Giants.
Also on the 10, again, I got to rework the script, but I got a top 10. Top 10 fantasy matches if CM Punk ever comes back to the world of wrestling. And spoiler alert, WWE's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Mainstream wants to do...
he wants to do a mainstream report on Battle Royale games.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I don't play them, so I don't know.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. We're going to do paper preview of the following shows and review.
Yeah.
Takeover Brooklyn. I think it's called Takeover Brooklyn Blacklisted.
Yeah.
Which is a long name.
Why couldn't they just say NXT Blacklisted? Or
I don't know. Anyway, then there's the G1 Supercard.
from Ring of Honor New Japan.
And then there's Mania.
Yeah.
Please kill us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm just dying to see how WrestleMania is going to turn out this year. Last year wasn't so bad. 33 was awful.
33 was awful. I think one of the low points of 34 was, hey, wouldn't it be wacky if we had a child win championships?
Now that was trash. and then relinquish the titles, the next night?
At least they abandoned ship immediately.
Well, yeah. At least they acknowledge the fact that he's 10. So.
Well, I mean, which would you rather do? Would you rather have the tag team championships won by a kid, or have one man just completely defeat the purpose of tag team wrestling?
I'd take the kid.
Yeah. Of course you would, pedophile.
Shut up.
Anyway,
I don't swing that way.
I think one of the redeeming points of last year's Mania was that prolific squish of John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, that was obvious. Because they kept hyping this up like they were actually going to have a real match.
I think if it was anybody else, the crowd would have been pissed. Especially if it was Elias.
Yes. I wonder what he's going to do this year.
I don't think he's going to do another concert.
Yeah.
Have you watched that documentary yet?
No, I still haven't. There's a lot of stuff on the network I still haven't watched yet. Especially that one, the Page documentary, the Mark Henry.
I haven't watched the Page documentary.
The one about WrestleMania last year, where Brock threw the title at Vince McMahon and Vince called him an asshole.
Yeah, I haven't watched that 24 yet.
Oh, I mean, he just like slung the belt, like, ugh.
I think you'll get a kick out of the Elias documentary. Because it's 95% horse shit.
Just like his album, and he said it should have been nominated for a Grammy.
I'm just saying, though, Elias had Performance of the Year on lock.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, enough of our shit. We are the 3 Count Mafia. I'm War Machine MJ.
And I'm Rodimus Prime.
And we will see you guys next time.
Bam.